Good morning and thank you for joining me on Delicious by Debbie. I had some dates left over from Christmas time and they tend to dry up. So I wanted to use them today, so I thought I would try to make some date nut scones. We really like scones, especially like a little piece of one before we go to bed at night or for breakfast, whatever, with a nice cup of coffee. That's a great way to have one. And so I'm going to go ahead and make some date nut scones. So first of all, I have 2 cups of flour, just an all-purpose flour. I have my oven set to 425. 5 tablespoons of sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, and I want a teaspoon of salt, or half of a teaspoon of salt. I think I'm going to start with. That should be enough. There's my half teaspoon. So half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to stir that together. Then I'm going to add my wet ingredients, which, well, first of all, I'm going to take 6 tablespoons of butter that I cut up in little chunks and I chilled it. And I'm going to get that into here first. I think it'll be a little easier if I put that first. Then I'm just going to use my pastry blender to blend that all in. 6 tablespoons. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I'll add my wet ingredients, which will be 2/3 of a cup of half and half, teaspoon of vanilla. This is a half teaspoon, so I'll do 2 of them. And I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. At least until I get most of the flour mixed in. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to add, I have 1 cup of chopped up dates. So I'll put those in. And I want about a half of a cup, measure it in here. I want about a half of a cup. I have chopped pecans. I did not grind these up because I actually like to get some. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Guess I did that right. 1 cup of coarsely chopped nuts of your choosing. Doesn't matter what kind I'm using pecans because that's what I have. So I'm going to mix this all in. Okay, I will tell you that I did add about 2 tablespoons more of half and half because of adding the nuts. It made it a little bit too dry to get everything mixed up. So I put about 2 tablespoons more of half and half in here, and I'll put that in the recipe. And I'm just gonna kind of knead this a little bit on my floured countertop. I'm not using my pastry mat because when I go to cut them, it cuts the mat. So just do it on the counter here on a little bit of flour. And then I'm going to flatten it out. Okay, that looks good. Then I'm going to bring my flour over here where I can get at it. I'm going to take my bench scraper and I'm going to flour it, and then we'll cut this. I want 8. So I'll cut it in half, then in half again. And then this way. So I get 8 of them. Okay. And I'm going to put those I have a parchment lined baking sheet here, and I'm going to put these onto it. Give them enough room to spread out a little. Right, now I'm going to put just a little bit of half and half in this bowl. Don't need much. Tablespoon maybe. And I'm going to brush the tops of all of them with this half and half. And on top of that half and half, I have some sanding sugar. It's called what I buy in Amish country, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that on top of each one. And these are ready to go in the oven. My oven is already heated up, so I can get these right in the oven. Okay, so I'm going to bake these for, let me see here what I wrote down, how long I wanted to bake them. I'm going to bake them for about 12 or 13 minutes and then check them and see if they're done. Okay, the scones are done. They really look good. They smell wonderful. This one, the bottom part came, so that's perfect for me to give it a taste. That's good. I'm not putting any glaze or anything on it. That is delicious. Thank you for watching.